If you like that Superman intro, the only reason I have it is because of Elseworld. Elseworld lets you play with tunes that you don't have on your roster yet, and it's actually a pretty good spot to get resources, or at least the I don't even know what these ones are called, but the XP and this what you need for ranking at certain levels. Titanium. Okay, cool. I had to read it twice because I was like, that's too normal of a word for a comic book. Don't they like usually make up their own like eighth metal or whatever? Anyway, I'm gonna go through Elseworld right now. I feel like it's a game mode that you should be able to beat every single day. It resets every day. You can get those resources, and then you get to also play with other tunes that you don't have. And it kind of helped me gear towards like figuring out what people online were saying was true. I figured out Lex is a beast, but because of Elseworld. Let's get to the video.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die!
Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a DC Worlds Collide video. In this video, I'm gonna go through Elseworld, and Elseworld was basically a way, or is a way, for me to learn other characters. Like for right now, I think this is Pandora. I'm not familiar with her. What comic books does she come up in? Because I do not know this character. But it was where I found out how good Lex was. It was where I found out how good Superman was, how bad other tunes were. So basically, it is a good testing ground to help you focus on what tunes you want to develop later on in the game. So right now what I'm going to do is figure out which team I want, and the team I'm usually going to take is the one with either Lex or Wonder Woman on it, just to be real with you. So then I get to show off a little bit of Lex today as well, without having actually had him. So I think I'm going to go with this team with Mera. Shout out DCL. I do like Green Arrow because of the AoE. I'm not familiar with Redhead's kit yet. It is, or like I'm tired. Not tired. I'm waking up. Still waking up. And Ocean Master, I've come to like him a lot more, especially since I saw how he performed against Superwoman. So of those three, like I'll pick the main ones. The best team on each of these rosters. Green Arrow's the best here. Ocean Master's the best here. I don't know Pandora. Maybe she's the best or one of the best. And then Lex is the best here. Lex is better than those three. So I'm going to lean towards this team. Oh, and someone actually asked me about Clayface. So I can also get a look at Clayface a little bit. Now, in the beginning, I think while I don't go to the recruit first thing anymore. What's in here? Here is a plus. You get to go in and go back out. So if you go and see something that you don't want, you can back on out. Cyborg I haven't played with. Superboy I actually have. So you know what? I would normally just go for one of these so I can get the XP. But for the sake of the video and for exploring other tunes, I'm going to go ahead and grab Cyborg. As I go through this mode, when you're having to pick tunes and that other stuff, I try to keep my roster balanced. Or just grab the next best tune. If like Wonder Woman is there, I'll grab her. All right. This doesn't seem too difficult. I don't like the Scarecrow there because of the poison he puts out at the start. I do not like Freeze and Captain Cold together because of the Frostbite element and the Ice Coffin from Mr. Freeze. There's still the Scarecrow here. So, yeah. But Canary heals a lot. I don't have to worry about this so much because it's still early on, so it's not going to be much of a challenge. So we'll put Lex in, we'll put in Cyborg because we're playing with them. We're going to figure out what they do. And this one. I already know what Black Canary does. So we'll put in Mera. All right, so we got my tanks up front. We got my DPS and support in the back. Green on blue is not what we want. We want blue on red, and we want red on green. In the back, she's going to attack here. We don't like that, but I don't have much of a choice. Everybody back there is green. Okay. And actually, let's look at Lex's kit real quick. So, on his basic, attacks an enemy 2 times, dealing physical damage, 42% of attack. They have him at level 2 for us here. So damage increases to 47% and additionally gains 1 stack of cloak for 2 turns. Cloak blocks the next incoming debuff or control status. That is Very useful. I didn't know. That's the first time I'm reading that buff. Okay. I like Cloak. All right. So the next is his advanced attack. Rallies allies together, in which the ally with the highest attack uses a basic on an enemy. There's a 25% chance of inviting another ally to assist if he is the only one left. He uses a basic attack once. Okay. Chances increase to 30%. Grants allies who answer the call 1 stack of strong for 2 turns. We like that. Increase to 35%. And then the strong is 8% additional attack and resist. Now we go back here. Damage goes up to 52% for rank 8. Passive. Whenever his allies use basic attacks and a total of 4 times. Whenever his allies use basic attacks a total of 4 times, Lex can charge his armor, gaining 10% damage reduction up to maximum 40% until the end of battle. So whenever his allies use basics a total of 4 times, so does that mean like for each ally? Or does that mean that ally uses it 4 times? And so then he's popping off at the 4th turn because all 4 of them have taken 4? Or is it like at the end of each turn he's doing it? That part's a little confusing to me. Uses his basic attacks. When using basic attacks, if Lex Luthor does not have a shield, he will gain a shield that can absorb damage equal to 9% of his max HP for 2 turns. If Lex Luthor has a shield, he invites the ally with the highest attack to assist him in battle. So when using this basic, if he doesn't have shield, he gives himself shield. Otherwise, if he does have shield, then he calls an assist. Shield absorbs incoming damage, blah, 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 blah. And then the ultimate, which is pretty awesome, activates a defensive force field that grants all allies a shield that can absorb damage equal to 16% of max. HP is the key word in there. HP, not attack. Shield damage absorption increases to 18%. Okay, so that's Lex. So if I'm concerned about what's coming, which I'm not necessarily, but we'll do it anyway, I'm going to run Lex first on the ultimates. I think Pandora's a support. The damage dealer is Mera, surprisingly enough. All right, so. Oh, I have it at 1x. Let's not do that. But I do want to see what happens when Lex hits his advanced attack. So we called Mera out to do the damage. He's going to put up his shields now. Oh, and then we get the animation. Does that look familiar? All right. So he's got his shields up. She has this, I have to remember the name of this, Shelter, where she won't gain any more debuffs. We like that. There's his basic, and he has shield, so we called assist from Mera. Cool. All right. And now her ultimate. I don't know what she does. This is my first time playing with her, actually. And my first time actively trying to pay attention to Clayface, and that is because of the guy who wanted me to do a Clayface guide, or was asking me about what I thought about Clayface. I'll let him know in the comments after this one. Okay. Oh, going pretty easy like that. I think we're double the strength of this team. Oh, Cyborg has an animation. I didn't know that. Oh, I like that. Not as good as the others, though. It's cool, but it wasn't... Okay. Like Superman and Batman's, theirs are... Hell, Lexus is even pretty bad. It's pretty good. I don't know, Cyborg. You didn't get much there. You didn't get a whole lot there. And I hate that they didn't give one to Red Hood. Red Hood should have had one. I wonder what made them determine which ones get the animations and which ones don't. Oh, that's a cool end scene, though. He got the coolest end scene. Okay, his end scene and Batman's part of it. The last part of it I don't like. Anyway, so for the buff, when detonating, the detonating damage increases by 20% for every stack of frostbite the target has. So this is wanting you to put burn and frostbite down. Kind of speaks to Bizarro. So then when you get your detonation on your burn after 4 stack, then for every frost on there, there's additional damage. Lightning strike, I don't know. That feels like a very specific build. Lightning strikes a random enemy, dealing 20 Superpower damage equal to 70% of attack when an ally turn ends. So lightning hits them and they get. See, I think I want to do that. That seems like it would be good. And then max HP is up by 15%. That seems like it would be good all the time. All right, so then here, don't want to do. Well, I mean, this is probably the easier team. Don't want to deal with Freeze or Scarecrow though. Clayface. Oh, we can do Clayface. Okay, Clayface crime. We can do that. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'll read out Clayface's kit. Clayface is an elite. Come over here. So on his basic, deals physical damage equal to 85% to an enemy and gains 1 recuperate. We like that for 2 turns. At the start of a turn, heals HP equal to 25% of attack. I hate that it's on attack. I really hate that it's on attack. But I mean, that's just a whole buff. Max 15 stacks. On to the next. And now it's up to 95% based on the tune that they gave us for Elseworld. During battle, by the way, for Elseworld, these are tunes that are given to you. So it doesn't come from your roster. They are provided at a certain level for you in this mode. During battle, gains 25% physical reduction and 20% healing received bonus. Okay. Physical reduction increases to 35%. All right. During battle, gains 25% physical reduction, healing. Okay. So, running with the healer, I guess. Grants himself 1 stack of firm stand and a shield that can absorb damage equal to 22% of max HP. I do like, well, max HP. However, he is elite, so his HP pool and everything's going to be like a lot less than epics and legendaries. But still good, still good. Shield damage absorption increases to 25% and firm stand stacks are increased to 2. So here you got 1. It was 22%, goes to 25, and it goes to 30 at rank 8. Shield absorbs the damage. Shield reduces incoming superpower damage by 10%. Okay. And then increases block by 10% is firm stand. All right, cool. So far, my thoughts kind of basic because I wouldn't invest in him too much because he's supposed to be a tank. And there's so many epics running around, and with not a lot of HP, it seems like he can get punched through real quick. So maybe level link him if you need a tank, a mighty tank, but I'm not putting too many resources into him. It seems like he can get punched through pretty easily. And I mean, yeah, if his HP pool was deeper, if he was an epic, this would be an okay kit for a tank, but nah, he doesn't have enough to put too many resources into. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Oh, this is also the game mode. Unlike Digital Universe, when a character falls, when they die, you can revive them if you have one of those syringes. I have some. I don't even know where I get those. I don't even know where I get that resource. I need to probably check the source on that. But yeah, so you can revive them once they go down, so long as you have one of those like revival syringes is what I'll call them for now till I know the real name. If you have one of those syringes, it's fine. In Digital Universe, you have to be a lot more careful about the characters that fall. Also in this game mode, because they're just offering up tunes randomly, you can end up with 2 Lexes, but they won't be able to be on the field at the same time. However, I do that sometimes, get like duplicates of amazing tunes, because that way if one of them falls in a battle somewhere, I still have another one and I don't have to revive them if there's no other better option. So if I'm going up to the next one and they're gonna say you can select Lex or Clayface, let's say I didn't have Clayface, I'm gonna pick Lex again and then just put him on my roster, so in case a Lex falls during Elseworld, I have another one and I can save on that revive because I know he's going to be good regardless. All right. All right, guys, chop, speed it up. Okay, can we get an increased damage buff? All right, so increased damage by 50% when enemy is below 40% health. Okay, when poisoning and bleeding. I do try to stay away from the ones that have specific buffs because I can't control the team that I get. If I'm always getting damage, I like it, but I don't know if I'm going to get Poison Ivy. I don't know if I'm going to end up getting Two-Face. So I lean against those that have specific buffs around them. Yeah. Even though that didn't see. Okay, double bounty. We like these a lot. Increased tank character damage by 100%. Increased attack by 20% upon dealing damage as one stack of See, and then I just got bit in the butt. At the start of the turn, gain 3 stacks. That increases crit. I think by 8% per stack, something like that. Until the end of battle. Oh no, frantic is 10% increase in crit. So I get 30% increase in crit. All right, I'm going to take the tank one because I do have Lex. I like his damage, but then also, I know I just said I don't know about bleeds and poisons. But if I end up with Superman, then having an increase of 100% damage will be nice. The attack, poison, and bleed. Who is on my team? There's nobody on my team that does that right now. Unless Pandora does, and I just don't know her kit well enough. I'm going to regret this. I immediately don't regret this. Okay. All right. Cool. That worked out. That worked out well. I immediately don't regret that. That is nice. Okay. Here we go. Ocean Master is a problem. And then Starfire and Superboy together are a problem. Superboy alone. Zatanna's going to do a lot of healing. I don't know Bane that well. Bizarro's going to burn. He's going to do his AoE attacks. I think the middle team is the one we want to go at. Okay. That was nice. I like that. I like when things work out. And so now I can replace Clayface with Superman because they're both mighty tanks. And I want Superman to go on his ultimate first. And I feel like I'll do a full guide on Superman, but we can go through his kit really quick in case you're trying to make that decision about which legendary. Because even after you make that decision, you can still switch it if you haven't pulled the legendary yet. So let's look at Superman real quick. Everybody gets ignored when Superman shows up. Sorry, guys. All right, so on the basic, I've never read his kit before. Just like I'd never read Alexis before, so we can be surprised together. Attacks an enemy dealing physical damage equal to 85% of attack. That seems weak for a legendary. Damage increases to 95% and additionally gains 1 stack of haste for 2 turns. It goes up to 105 when he's at rank 8. So we have him at rank, 6 now? Haste increases speed by 5%. So he's getting 1 haste now for 2 turns. So he's increasing his speed every time he uses his basic. Cool. Attacks the enemy with the highest attack. Oh, wait a minute though. So running him with Lex is cool because then if Lex calls assist, he's going to give himself more haste, which means that he's going to be faster. All right, attacks the enemy with the highest attack with a freezing breath. This caused a problem for me on one of those nodes. I think it was in chapter 17. And I kept trying to shift it around. And the way that I beat it was that I just had to put my 2 highest damage healers out there and just hope that it was enough. Because I was trying to have enough support to take the damage, and I was like, I have to put Superboy and Green Arrow at the same time, even though Green Arrow had a disadvantage there because they were all mighty. And so I was like, Green Arrow might get killed, but no, I made it through. It took me a while. It was yesterday. It took me a while to get past that node. All right, attacks the enemy with the highest attack with the freeze breath, dealing physical damage equal to 160% of attack, adds 1 stack of frostbite, and knocks the enemy back 20% on the action bar. I like that a lot. Increase damage to 180, and then the action bar increases to 30% knockback. Damage increases to 200%. If the enemy does not have frostbite, add 1 additional stack. Okay, so it gives 2 if they don't have 1 at all. Deals physical damage equal to, I'll read it in case. Deals physical damage equal to 15% of attack for each stack of frostbite, and that's when it's added. It stacks on each time. So that's the advanced attack, one of his passives. During battle, gains 30% physical reduction, but takes an additional 15% superpower damage. So he's weak. I mean, I guess this is them saying that he's weak against magic, which he is. But, okay, physical damage reduction increases to 35%. And then physical damage reduction, okay. All right, so they want you to attack him with special power. So then that means he would be weak against, wouldn't that mean he's weak against Superboy and Starfire, especially their burn damage? During battle, increases attack by 10%. When taking a fatal attack, HP drops to a minimum of 1 and grants invulnerability. This is annoying. For 1 turn. Once invulnerability ends, Superman heals himself for 10% of max HP. Can only be triggered once in battle. That is so annoying, especially when he's a mini boss. And then did I miss? Okay, no. Then the ultimate flies upward and uses heat vision on all enemies during dealing superpower damage. See, so he gives superpower damage. Okay, so it's not magic. So then I guess it's just a distinction. Equal to 100% of attack and adding 2 stacks of burn. If detonation occurs on the current attack, gain 20% physical reduction for 1 turn. Increases damage to 115, physical damage reduction to 25%. He is hard to knock down. Burn detonates at 4 stacks, taking superpower damage equal to 60% of attack. All right, so he is beastly. I want to read Wonder Woman's kit too, just to compare him. All right, so now we can go into battle. Yeah, I put his ultimate there, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, is his ultimate coming up? Does that look familiar? Superman. Okay. I was really happy with that intro. I was really happy with it. Still happy with it. All right. So now this is a situation where I'm kind of getting worried. I wish I was more familiar with Pandora's kit. And I think I may have. Ooh, no, we might be okay. We got the shields up. Okay. I need to pay attention to positioning a lot more next time. I think we are getting lucky here. And I want a healer really bad. Superman, kill your son. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like how that went. I have the syringes to revive him, so it's cool, but rather not, right? All right, so increase damage by 50% when enemy HP is above 60%. I love this one. Increases back row allied character attack by 25%. Now, and crit by 20%. This is cool. If I had Green Arrow or Superboy or Starfire, I would put them on the back row and take this. Maybe. However, this increased 50% damage. I got them increase when they go above 60, and then I have the increase when they're below. So we sandwich them there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I'm going to go to recruit because, more characters to show. But I would normally go after one of these, so I get the XP. Oh, there's another Superman, and this is what I meant. Jessica Cruz, I'm not going to deal with. I've done guides on them. I'm tempted to take Superman just to have another backup. So we'll do that. Should have backed out and just did the note, actually. All right, so now we have Bizarro. We have Mr. Freeze. We have Scarecrow. We're dealing with Frostbite, heals, burns. Okay. We're going to get our action bar, knockback, ton of heals, AoE attacks, burns. You are my last choice so far. And then, seems easy. There's not even the synergy she has activated with Superboy. Scarecrow's putting down poisons, but nobody else on the roster really benefits from that stuff. I do not know their 3 kits. So we're going to go at this one. Enemies gain 4%. I never read this stuff for every 10% HP they lose. Okay, I did not know that. 4% reflect. I should actually pay attention to this. All right, so let's go. All right, so then you'll see what I mean by now I have a backup Superman. He's right there. I can't put them in at the same time, but now I'm going to hold him in the back just in case I need him later. All right, cool. So do I want to change anything? Well, first of all, let's read Pandora since I don't even know who that is. She's an epic. Shoots an enemy dealing physical damage equal to 130% attack. So, for example, that would be weak against Superman. Look at this. And now it's at 140 because we have her at rank 6. Advanced attack. Grants the ally with the lowest proportion of health, 1 stack of cloak, and a shield that can absorb damage equal to 195% of attack for 2 turns. That's a lot. That's a good shield, is it not? I need this. Okay. Then when she goes up to rank 7, shield damage absorption increases to 215%. Also cleanses one type of debuff. Shield damage absorption increases to 235%. I need her on my roster. So she'll be that next thing that I put when I want to pull an epic. Absorbs incoming damage. Shields reduce incoming superpower damage by 10%. Cloak blocks the next incoming debuff. Like, one stack of cloak, she'll cleanse a debuff. I like her. I do like her. Passive. Each time losing a total of HP equal to 10% of max HP, permanently increase attack by 7%. So every time she loses 10%, she gains 7% in attack. After triggering the passive 10 times, decreases the triggered attack boost by 3%. So then it'll be 7%. Attack is permanently increased by 10% instead. So if I run her with the healer and she's losing, like if I run her with like a Zatanna who will heal her up slowly, or both, then she will gain attack, heal, gain attack, gain attack, heal. Like that's okay. All right, that sounds fun. After triggering passive 10 times, permanently increase heal, shield, crit by 50%. It's nasty work, yo. Okay. Oh. Sacrifices 20% of current HP and shoots the enemy 6 consecutive times, each dealing superpower damage equal to 30% of attack. 30% of attack? And restores HP equal to 50% of attack to an ally with the lowest proportion of HP. So her attack is at 4,000 here. So she will lose 20% of her health. So she's losing like 7,000, 8,000 health in this scenario. So it'll drop her down to 29,000 HP. Like that's where she's going to be at. 80% health. And then she's going to deal 6 consecutive shots. So that's 180% on her damage. Okay. So then about 7,000, 8,000 in damage. And then she's going to restore 3,500 of that attack back. Or no, sorry, 2,000. Because it's 50% of attack, not 50% of the attack that happened. So she's giving herself back 2,000 after knocking out 8. Okay. Increases heal by 35%. Healed amount increases to 58%. I feel like I still love the rest of her kit. This I can leave, but what I would do is just make sure that her ultimate is last when she goes. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead. Oh yeah, she's already last. Okay, cool. So like that's how I would use her. Can't wait to get her so I can do a guide on her. All right. So now we got we want this switch. Have the tactical against the mighty and the mighty against the agile. Cool. Let's go. Okay. Actually, where is my... We'll do this over here real quick. And that way I can keep a note of who I've talked about in this video. Might be useful. So we did Lex, Superman, Pandora. All right. Oh, and did Clayface. And we did Clayface. Can't forget. All right. Uh-oh. I wasn't looking. I was typing. Okay. I saw Superman kid though. I was like, what's going on? But I have a backup Superman. So I could have, if I felt like it, I could have let that ride. Okay. So now how far are we? We are a little over halfway through. 60% chance to advance energy by 1 when an ally turn ends. I love this one. Increase attack by 50% when HP is below 40%. Superman seems to be falling below 40% a lot, but I prefer getting more energy so we can get more ultimates out there. So let's go. Oh, we got another double bounty. 30% chance to gain 1 energy when an ally turn begins. Dealing damage adds 1 stack of burn or frostbite. I like this now. Now that I better understand what frostbite does, I like it because if I stack it, that just means I just keep doing additional damage. I do like the concept of getting more energy, but it's only a 30% chance. This is a 100% chance. Each friendly ally gets immunity and 5 layers of healing for 1 round when their HP drops below 30% for the first time in battle. I'm going to go with this. And I'm going to take a backup Lex. I would take one of these characters to discuss. However, I still have Mera on the squad. And who else? There's one other that I haven't talked about yet. Okay, for the content, we still got a couple more nodes. I can still hit them up. And they're elites, so their kits will be smaller. He does bleeds, but I love Harley Quinn. And honestly, I love the original Harley Quinn. The new school Harley Quinn is alright, but I love the original, like, Jester style Harley Quinn. That's what I was born with. That's what I grew up on. Wonder Woman and Constantine are a no thank you. We will move the hell away from them. Green Arrow and Lex and Wally West is also a no thank you. Please be not. Better. Flash can be annoying, but his Nightwing Grodd is going to be okay. All right. This is the better option. I'm not saying it's a good option. Yeah, I still got. No, I just did it. Did I do Cyborg's kit yet? I don't believe I did. And then I'll do Harley Quinn and I'll do Harley Quinn later. So let's do Cyborg's kit right now. Bet. Okay. He's a legendary. Flies forward and attacks the enemy, dealing physical damage equal to 85% of attack, and duplicates a random debuff the target has for 1 turn. So then whatever debuff they have, he multiplies it. So that's actually good now that we have that frostbite and burn for this mode. Okay. On his advanced attack, deals superpower damage equal to 110%. That would be detrimental to Superman. To the enemy target who has dealt the most total damage. So whoever's done the most total damage, he will deal that damage to them. Has a 75% chance to inflict silence for 2 rounds. If the target is inflicted with 4 stacks of bleed or more, then the effect will change to stun. That's cool. The problem though is that this is the advanced attack. So this is going to be the first one that goes out. So then I have to wait 2 more turns for it to be as useful as I want it to be. Does that make sense? Like, it's going to be kind of useful, but who's dealt damage yet? Are you faster or slower than them? 193 means he's pretty slow though. So that means he's probably, I'm going to check the action bar. It means he's probably going towards the end of battle. So that might be okay. Because then you're probably hitting the highest damage dealer. 75%, let's see what silence is. Unable to use advanced skills and ultimates. Good. And actually that is really good in the beginning of battle, because the ultimate pops off relatively quickly. You're all getting your turns in. And so then in the ultimate order, typically, if you're going into arena or something, the best ultimate is going to be the first or second one. So if it's the first one, then you're stopping, if that's the best damage dealer, then you're stopping the ultimate from popping off in the beginning of battle. Okay. All right. I see you. And then stun, of course, is just you don't take any actions. Changes to increase to 100%. What increases to 100%? Oh, chance increases to 100% instead of 75. If proportion of HP is lower than 40%, this skill is cast on the 2 enemies who've dealt the most damage. So if he's at 40% or below, he does it to 2 of them, not just 1. Passive. When his proportion of HP is higher than 40%, grants all allies apart from himself 15% damage reduction. When his proportion, so whenever he's higher than 40%, he's giving everybody 15% damage reduction. When proportion of HP is less than 40%, he gains 25% damage reduction and restores HP equal to 5% of max at the end of turn. Damage reduction increases to 28%. Heal increases to 7%. Damage reduction 31 and then 9 as you rank him up. At the end of his turn, Cyborg launches 1 mini missile at each enemy target with at least 1 debuff, dealing physical damage equal to 40% of attack power. According to the number of stacks of buffs, the targets are inflicted with the following. He follows up with 1 missile for every 2 stacks up to a max of 4 missiles. That seems cool. Gotta watch for, because we're laying down debuffs with Soups. Actually, we're laying down debuffs with everybody, because now anytime someone deals damage, they're putting out Frostbite and Burn. He's going last. So at the end of his turn, he's going to be popping off missiles, is what it looks like. And then his ultimate protects himself and the allied target with lowest proportion of HP, granting invulnerable for 1 round. After immunity ends, gains 30% final damage reduction. What does final damage reduction mean? For 1 round. Additionally, cleanse 2 types of debuffs when I do that too. That one individual final damage reduction increases to 45%, and for immune to damage debuffs and control. Okay. I like Cyborg, but I should. He's legendary. I really want to see this pop off. His ultimate order. Put him behind Lex because I still want those shields. He shields everybody. He shields 1. They're better shield for that 1, but this is more shields out there. Okay, and then we want Soups to go out and put out as many debuffs as we can so that when he triggers, so when he goes at the end, his passive shoots out a lot of missiles. All right. Now, where is he on the action bar? Yeah, see, he's all the way at the back. So whoever's doing damage now. Oof. Should I have? No, I think. Yeah, I think I have this right. All right, so now, how many debuffs do we have out there? Oh, Soups put some more out there for us. Thank you. And now he goes, and there goes all those missiles. I like that. Oh, Soups is about to fall. Somebody needs to heal him, or we need to kill everybody. Shields up. Oof a doof. But I think we got him though. Oh, and then there goes. We lost Lex, and we about to lose Soups. Good thing we got backups. No, Flash, what are you doing, bro? Stop. I'm trying to see if I should stop this now. He is assaulting us. How dare you, sir? 1 more hit. Somebody take this man out. The missiles didn't get him. I want Cyborg to live. Okay, that was nuts. No, sir. I do not like that. Flash, get off my screen. No, sir. No, sir. No, not never. Oh, wow. I don't like Flash. I don't like Flash. That was not okay. Increases attack of all allies with the agile trait. Think Cyborg has agile. And lifesteal 15%. Increases crit for poison and bleed damage by an additional 50%. That got me. Now what was going on? Flash, stay the hell away from me, dog. No. This might be the team. Okay. And then who next? Flash had me shook. Flash had me shook for real. I thought that was it for me. I thought that was it. Oh, Flash had me shook. Woosah. All right, so see here, I could bring them back with one of these. And actually, I didn't get an additional Lex because I wanted to do the content. Mera, we still haven't talked about. Harley Quinn, we haven't talked about. I'm gonna revive Lex. So those are those syringes. Adrenaline shot. That's what they are. They're adrenaline shots. Revive a person. Okay, so we'll put Lex in there now. He's good, and then that's wash. Actually, though, so we kind of avoid the Damien. Let's put that over here. I'm gonna go through Mera real quick, and then I think there's a double bounty after this, so I'll do Harley Quinn now too. All right, so even though Harley Quinn's getting no action, I'm not risking it. No, homie. All right, on the basic, attacks the enemy that has the lowest percent of HP, dealing physical damage equal to 120% of attack. So attack the enemy with the lowest percentage. So she's attacking the weakest or the most injured. Since 3 dolphins, those 3 dolphins saved us and took out Flash. Since 3 dolphin water constructs crashing into a single enemy, dealing superpower damage equal to 55% of attack, the first dolphin inflicts 1 stack of armor break for 2 turns, and each subsequent dolphin has a 40% chance to inflict an additional stack. So then the armor break goes out, and it's 3 separate attacks. So then the last 2 are doing more damage, and potentially the second one adds another stack. So then the third one will do even more damage. Damage increases to 60%. Damage increases to 75%. Armor break duration extends to 3 turns. Armor break decreases defense by 20% and crit resistance by 5%. Okay, passive. I like that. I like that a lot. At the start of Mera's turn, if Zebul, like Rebel, Zebul, armor is not already active, she will sacrifice 5% of her HP. To activate Zebul armor, increasing her damage reduction by 35%, reducing incoming crit damage by 100% for 2 turns. While Zebul armor is active, being damaged by a critical hit will reduce the attacker's critical damage by 20% for the rest of the battle. That's kind of cool. I'm not a huge fan of this passive. It's okay. I mean, it's cool. It's weakening their crit damage, and she's not going to take in as much damage, but she still gave up 5% of her health. Not a fan. Creates a giant octopus out of water to attack an enemy, dealing superpower damage of 400% of attack. What is her attack? Yo. Okay. And inflicting 1 stack of armor break for 2 turns. We like that one. Damage up to 400%, 420%, then 440. And armor break duration lasts for 3 turns. Armor break decreases defense by 20%. Okay. Now we'll look at Harley Quinn real quick. Very quickly. So she is a mighty support. On her basic, whacks an enemy with a large mallet, dealing physical damage equal to 120% of attack. Damages go to 130 and then 140 as you rank her up, level her up. Passive. Why is her passive so complicated? Each time Harley Quinn deals damage, there is a 40% chance, 100% for basic attacks to trigger, but she only has basic attack. Oh, or I guess her ultimate. Whatever, dog. Trigger a random mood swing. The mood swing will be transmitted to a random back row ally, granting them the corresponding buff. Moves that get triggered are happy, gains 1 stack of vitality that lasts for 2 turns. Cute, gains 1 stack of haste that lasts for 2 turns. So this is so okay. I see what they did here. Frantic, they really are trying to stick to the lore. I swear to God. Gains 1 stack of frantic that lasts for 2 turns. This makes me smile. It's annoying as hell, but it's funny. I like it. Frantic gains 1 stack of frantic that lasts for 2 turns. Sad gains 1 stack of strong attack for 2 turns. And in love gains nothing after selecting. She gets no love. For love, she gets nothing. For all her love, she got nothing. That is such a message. Somebody was going through a breakup when they designed this kit. He ain't give me shit. She ain't love me. She gave me nothing. All right. Chances to trigger moves increases to 45%. Man, it's just, I'm just thinking about the cartoon, which is amazing. And it's just like, she's in love and she's getting nothing, dog. Nothing but abuse. Honestly, the funny thing is, like, if she was in love, she loses like 50% of her HP. Chances to trigger mood increases to 50%, no longer. Blah, blah, blah. Strong attack, 8% increase attack and block chance. Increase crit on the frantic vitality. Retrieve 1 additional energy receive 1 additional energy after the end of a turn. Increases speed by 5% on haste. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. And then for her ultimate, summons a stage on the battlefield that she steps on, clobbering all enemies 4 times with her mallet, dealing damage equal to 20% of attack each time. So 80% total, sure. After casting, if HP is less than 60%, she'll take out a can of spray paint to change her HP bar, healing herself by 15%. That's fun. They had fun with this kit. I like this. This is really funny. She should have been an epic so I could actually use her. That's funny. That gave me giggles. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay. All right. So are we straight? Yeah, we straight. Okay. Hold up. That was funny. That was funny. I like that a lot. That is a good way to start a morning. That was hilarious. Let's see. Who do we get? We got Cyborg. Mera. I'm doing this for y'all. And then Harley. Okay. That is hilarious. Hilarious. I love that. Oh my goodness. It's just like with the Constantine thing. As frustrated as I was with the Constantine kit and who he was ultimately, it really fits him. Like it fits his character. Man, this game impresses me. All right, so we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. Not too terribly worried. All right. That's funny. Oh man, that gave me the giggles. I love Harley Quinn. I kind of just want to develop her just based off that. Her kid is completely useless. And the start of battle decrease enemy, sure, why not? At this point, like these buffs aren't going to make that big of a difference. Let's recruit. I've done kits on all of them except Deadshot. Do I really want to read another kit right now? We are already 15 minutes into this video. 45. And then Bounty. All allies gain a 30% chance to assist. When healed, receive a stack shelter, blah, blah, blah. When any friendly party suffers damage, it has a 40% probability to use common attack to counter attack. And the common attack damage is increased by 50%. Why is this one not better than this one? Allies gain 30% chance to call assist. They do 1 damage and then get another one. This one, if you hit me, I hit you back, but I hit you back harder than I normally would. I mean, it makes it seem like I should take this one, but this one sounds better. 40% probability to use common attack to counter. The common attack is 135. This is just calling assist, but you did damage. All right. I feel like I should go for this one. Kits on all of them except for Green Lantern. All right, I'll read Green Lantern's kit. I'm not going to read... Actually, no, I'm done reading kits. We're just going to go through it. Because I'm not... If I have to substitute them, then I'll read his kit. How about that? We're going to go through it. I have read, I don't know, like 8 kits already in this video. Like, that's nuts. I don't read his kit. I'm doing it because I feel like there's somebody out there who's like, I'm trying to make a decision about Green Lantern. Should I develop him? You know, like... Swings a sword to attack an enemy target, dealing super power damage equal to 85% of attack power, and grants himself a shield that absorbs damage equal to 40% of attack for 2 rounds. So sword 85%, increase to 95%. Shield, of course, we know reduces incoming superpower damage. Okay. There is a 50% chance that Hal's basic attack will be enhanced. While enhanced, Hal gains 10% damage. How many? He has a lot. Okay. Deals 10%. Sorry. Because I just noticed that I think he has 3 passives. While enhanced, Hal gains 10% attack, deals an additional hit with his basic, and applies his shield to allies. So there's a 50% hit for him to gain 50% chance that Hal's basic will be enhanced. So then when he does his basic, he's going to gain 10% attack. He does an additional hit, and he applies shields to everyone. Okay, got it. Okay, Undaunted Courage. I have not been reading those titles. Increases attack by 15% when using his ultimate. Absorbs all of his shields into strength. For each shield equal to 1% of his max HP, deal 1% damage amplification for the attack. Damage amplification maximum is 50%. So he only has 1 attack. Hal shares his willpower with his teammates. Every time an ally current HP drops by 1%, any shield he gains is strengthened by an additional 1% up to 100%. So whenever his allies lose, he gains more shield, making himself stronger. Summons planes to bombard the enemy team 7 times, each dealing superpower damage equal to 80% of attack power for the random target. Damage increases to 90%, deals 1 additional instance of damage for each target killed. Damage increases 90%, deals 1 additional instance of damage for each target killed. Okay. Well, it does it 7 times, so I guess. All right, I'm going to put him in place of someone just so we can see him run. The others I didn't really do because they were elite, but we're going to put him in as a damage dealer. Let's take out Pandora. Mera. So he's going to be good against them. And his ultimate is the aeroplanes. Why is he still going first? Let me see. Hold up. I'm double checking his ultimate. Right? This is protects himself from. Yeah, he shouldn't have been going first to begin with. So I thought he and Lex are laying down shields. I want damage first. Damage second. All shields. Well, single shield. Sacrifice. Yeah. Okay. So let's go. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. This has been a marathon of a video. I was going to do Digital Universe after this, but I have to go to work, man. It's first thing in the morning. And by go to work, I mean just go in the other room. My home office today. Oh no, Soup's about to fall. Somebody put up shield. Oh wait, you're not gonna put up a shield because I removed all the shield. Oh, now he has that passive where he's invulnerable. He heals a little bit, and if we can get a shield on him from somebody, which is nobody. Ooh, there goes the Jets. I hadn't seen his ultimate yet. Y'all didn't have to copy paste a clip art Earth in there though. All right, so even if he falls, we should be okay. That was good damage. Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, how wasn't too bad there. How was he cleared him out? All right, so let's see what we got in the box, and then we'll call it a video. Thank you. If you made it all the way through this journey, damn, son. Like, for real. Let's see what we got for all of our efforts. Aside from the other stuff, of course. For all of our efforts, let's see. Give me some. Okay. Okay. No, I actually kind of need that. I need that for a tank. I actually need that immediately. That is really, really nice. Yeah. And I was going to sub that out. Okay, cool. All right. So I was going to sub that out with, I think, Bizarro. And then, yeah. All right. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. See you next time.